One of my favorite people I taught on my mission, her name was Carissa Fisher, and she had recently separated from her husband, and so we helped her move from another ward into our ward boundaries, and she was an investigator, and within 1 or 2 times of us meeting, she was on a baptismal date, and there were things that we had to teach her to prepare her and everything. And when she was finally ready, it was the night before her baptism, and she was so excited that she was finally ready, and she called us, and she was at her daughter's birthday, and her ex-husband was there, and she sounded kind of upset, and she had to go, so we didn't really get the whole story. And she just hung up the phone and said, "Sorry, I have to go." And we were a little worried about her, but not too concerned. And the next day, it was the day of her baptism. I think it was at 1 o'clock, and it was about 12:45, and we hadn't heard from her all day, which wasn't normal because she used to talk to us a lot. And we kept calling her, and her phone was turned off, and she wasn't answering any texts. And we drove past her house, and there was no car there. And we actually went into her house, and her baptismal suit was sitting there, like she had been preparing to come, and the articles from the Ensign and the scriptures were all out on the counter, like she had been looking at them, but no Carissa. And me and Sister Hoops, my companion, were starting to really freak out, and we stood outside in front of the church. It was 1 o'clock, and we were waiting and praying and hoping, and nothing. And it was 1:10 and nothing, and 1:20 and nothing, and it seemed like half the ward was there to watch her get baptized, and no Carissa. And so our Bishop Pitts, decided to have the baptismal program anyways. So we still had the talks, and me and my companion still sang our musical number, even though we were crying the whole time, and we still had the prayers. We just didn't have a baptism. And I'm not getting emotional, my voice is just going away. Excuse me. And so Saturday came and left. Nothing from Carissa. All of Sunday, nothing from Carissa. Monday, still nothing from Carissa, until that night we were having dinner when we got a text, and it was just a few words, but it was from Carissa. And so we open it up, and it says, "I just got out of jail." And we were both like, "What? She was in jail the whole time?" And so as it turns out, she, while she was at the birthday party for her daughter, she kind of got into like a fight with someone that was there, and there was a misunderstanding, and someone called the cops, and they took her to jail. And they took her phone. She didn't get a phone call, I guess. I don't know how jail works personally. And so she was able to get baptized 2 or 3 weeks later. But it was just the craziest experience, because I remember just thinking that she had ran away. She decided she didn't want the church anymore. She didn't ever have a testimony. I was the worst missionary ever. When really, she was just in jail. So, and now she's a baptized member of the church, and I talked to her the other weekend. She's doing good. And still a member. Not in jail anymore, but still a member.